Hey everyone, this is Rory with the FarmBot project and our new company FarmBot.io. I'm here making this video to show you what FarmBot is and what our software does. And this video is an entry into the Hackaday Prize 2015 semifinals round. So let's get started. This is our latest hardware kit, FarmBot Genesis V0.8. It has all new 3D printed parts, stainless steel and corrosion resistant hardware, so nothing on this will corrode or deteriorate out here in the elements. FarmBot is designed to be outside or in a greenhouse, working 24/7, growing plants, growing food for you and your family. So in this version, we have our power supply down here and a little electronics box. This is our water input. It's just a standard hose with a solenoid valve on it. Everything runs through the cable carrier here up into this electronics box where we have a Raspberry Pi and an Arduino Mega with a ramps board. And then all of that is connected up to the stepper motors and through this large gray cable all the way down to our universal tool mounting system, where we can swap out different tools for different jobs that FarmBot needs to do. So this right here is the seed injector tool. Basically it works with a vacuum pump and we can suction up one seed and then go and deposit it in the ground. This purple tool down there that's mounted right now is the watering or the showering tool. So it provides a nice shower for the plants. And eventually we're going to be developing sensors, weed removal tools, and really anything else that you can imagine that could hook onto this universal tool mounting system. And all the tools will sit in this little bay here. So let's give it a little demo here. We have our web application loaded up, myfarmbot.io. This is the control page where we have kind of a manual control widget where you can control the device in real time. So we can just check this out right now. I'll press a button here and the device moves. I can also tell it to go to a specific coordinates, so I'll just say go back to 10,000 in the X direction and the device moves appropriately. So this is all controlled in real time with a socket connection over the web. Then we also have our tool control. So I could turn on the watering pump or the watering valve. Let's see if this works here. Maybe the hose isn't turned on. Oh, there we go. And then I can tell the device to go to another position, let's say 5,000, and go and water my plants. So you can imagine that if plants were in here, we could water them very precisely. Also with very precise amounts, because we can keep this watering nozzle on for a certain amount of time. And we can water exactly where our plants are going to be. We don't need to waste water where plants are not growing. We're not going to water the weeds inadvertently by just using a sprinkler system. So another part of this web application is what we call, let me turn off the water here. Perfect. Is what we call the sequence builder. So the sequence builder allows us to, let me get into a darker area so you can see the screen better. The sequence builder allows us to graphically design or program how we want FarmBot to operate. Let's see, we got a bad glare. Look over here. So on the sequence builder, we can go and press a new sequence. So we're gonna create something called, let's just say, Hackaday. And we can add basic operations to this sequence. So these are all the basic things that FarmBot can do. We can move absolute to absolute coordinates or a relative amount. We can write a pin, that's how we turn on the solenoid valve for the watering or activate some other tool. We can send a message, maybe a completion message or an error message. Eventually we'll be able to take pictures. You can wait, so you can turn on the water and wait a certain amount. You can also read pins, so you can read the sensors, and eventually we'll have an if statement for conditional programming of the device. So with these blocks I can add them, so I'll do a move absolute and a move relative, and then these are all rearrangeable and you can specify all the different parameters. So I want to move to X 5000, Y 2000, maybe Z 40 at the default speed, and then I'm going to move to another position, 25 from that absolute position. So what you can do is you can then create these sequences that form more complex operations for FarmBot to do. You can save them, you can execute them right away, that's not usually that useful. What's really useful is you go over to the Schedules tab, and then you can essentially schedule these sequences to run at certain intervals. So it's just like a calendar application. You can say, okay, I want to start a certain sequence tomorrow, every 25 minutes I want it to run. It's going to end on Friday, and it's going to be my Hackaday sequence. So then I can schedule that. If I go over on the calendar widget here to tomorrow, you can see we have the Hackaday sequence running at 4 p.m., 4:25, 4:50, 5:15, all the way through until whenever I said, I guess Friday. And then when you're done with this, you can press the synchronize button, and it will sync with the device. And there we go, it's synced. So now the device over there, the Raspberry Pi, has all of those schedules and the sequences stored on its onboard memory, so then it can complete these actions as needed. So what we're building here at the FarmBot project and at FarmBot.io is a hardware and software platform that is customizable to however you want to grow your plants. If you want to use pesticides, you can do that. If you don't have to. If you want to water your plants in a certain way, maybe with mister nozzles versus a shower nozzle, you can do that. You can water your plants every day or every 3 hours. You can measure the pH, measure the temperature, measure whatever it is you want to do so that you have complete control and agency over how you grow your food. So we think this is really exciting. This is our latest hardware, V0.8, and our latest software at myfarmbot.io. You can check out more about the project at farmbot.io, as well as farmbot.cc. Farmbot.io is our company website where we're producing these hardware kits and software services, and farmbot.cc is the open source community center where there's a wiki and a forum, so anybody can get involved, anybody can help us hack this open source hardware, this open source software, and really make something that a lot of us can use to grow our own food and be a little bit more self-sustaining. Great, thank you for watching the video. Talk to you soon.